My name's Stephen Huffine. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I am 31 years old, and I'm a HIPAA privacy officer for a software company. And I guess an ultra runner, if you can say that. I don't know.
Well, I'm tired of trying, tired of knocking on your door. I said I'm tired of trying, tired of knocking on your door. But I can't quit you, baby, 'cause I'm gonna be knocking forevermore. I'm tired of waiting, baby, tired of waiting in the line. Said I'm tired of waiting, baby, tired of waiting in the line. But I can't quit you, baby, 'cause I'm gonna wait until the end of time. Now I saw you with another.
That's
It
cool.
made me feel like a fool.
Highest city in America. Cool. So yeah, a little bit about the lottery and kind of getting into the race. I got incredibly lucky. So back in December of last year, I was running a 50K and the lottery opened for the level 100. And I was talking to several guys. And I'm like, yeah, like of course I'm going to put my name in, but the chances of getting in is very very unlikely. And so, but I just had this feeling. Like one of my best friends, Alec, and one of the Pacers, he was like, you're going to get in. And I'm like, I don't understand why you think that I'm just going to get in. And so that kind of just like had a mindset starting January 1. I kind of just decided, hey, I'm going to train like I'm running the level 100 and I don't have a spot. And so kind of time went on, the lottery happens in January. I did not get in. And I'm like, there's got to be a way. I don't know how it's going to work or there's just got to be a way. So all that to say, Scratch Labs put on a kind of their own giveaway and they were giving a spot away. And so I'm like thinking through like, what can I do to increase my chances? So I have people going in and like liking my comments on the social media posts and things like that. And then I'll never forget in March, I got an, so I, basically in March, I found out that I got an email the morning of, and it was like, you got a spot in the level 100. And I truly could not believe it. So I immediately called Alec. I'm like, we did it. Like we got a spot in the race. And so that was in March. And so then it was just, man, like I've got some work to do. I am in Tennessee. I'm not in the mountains. Like, let's lay this out. Like, what can I do to have the best chance of success? And so, yeah, I mean, if it wasn't for Scratch Labs, I would have never gotten in the race. And so it was super cool getting to meet them at the pre-race, like pack and pick up and talking with them and using their nutrition all year. And so it was just a kind of full circle thing with Scratch Labs. So definitely shout out to them. It's a 100-mile ultra marathon in Colorado, in Leadville, Colorado. And it's like the whole race is above 10,000 foot. You climb like 16,000 feet during the race. Pretty much if you talk to pretty much most trail runners, I mean, anybody, it's one of the most iconic races in the world. I felt good after that pizza. I could easily get it.
It comes out during the race. Well,
But tomorrow night we're doing a huge spaghetti.
Austin. I don't really care, but he just said it was the best pizza he's ever had in his life. One of the best, yes.
Yeah. I don't know what's good here. Yeah.
A little bit about kind of strategy and planning with the team. We had, a couple Zoom calls along the way as we got closer to everything. Luckily, everybody's local, and so we would meet up quite a bit and kind of talk through things. We watched a lot of documentaries, like most people that are kind of getting into it. And so, strategy and planning, we had a great crew. I couldn't have asked for a better team that came with us. I mean, for people to, use their own money and their own resources and time to fly across the country to come watch some crazy guy run 100 miles, like, and stay up all night. And so that was just wild to find people that would come around you. And that's what the running community is, to have people that are willing to, surround you and support you in your goals. And so that was really cool to see with our crew.
Thank you for just safe travels and just having your healing protection over us, and just bless this trip. Let us come together as a family here and support Stephen keep him safe as he runs, and just again, just bless our time. Thank you for everything you've done for us. Thank you for going to the cross for us. Praise us in your name. Amen.
I was very nervous in the beginning.
Okay.
That because you leave out, it's that nice wide road, and then you hit that single track going along the lake.
Yeah.
And I thought, like, I've never run 100 before.
Sure.
I'm just gonna go in the back so that way I don't slow anybody
And then
down.
you got stuck behind the whole conga line.
I would say, like, you don't need to go out fast for like the whole time all
Okay.
the way to Hope.
At least just to there.
Get in
Yeah.
the front,
Okay.
and so you don't get stuck, because that messed up my pace. Like,
Yeah.
I was 20 minutes behind
Okay.
from May Queen all the way until I got back up and over Hope.
Okay. It's my first time I'm running this. I'm excited. I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. So
Nashville.
Yeah.
I've been to Nashville.
yeah. But kind of our tagline of the trip has been was cross the line. And so I think cross the line has a lot of different meanings. Kind of everybody that was on the team, Matt was very much about, hey, you're putting yourself out there, you're crossing a line that most people never will try. And so, it reminds me of, the Theodore Roosevelt quote, it's not the critic who matters, it's the man in the arena. And so that's something I heavily related to, of like, hey, win or fail, we're putting ourselves out there to do something that's hard. And so crossing the line, like, that was one thing, as far as like, we're putting ourselves out there. I would say another meaning to me specifically about crossing the line was that I was willing to do anything necessary to cross that line. Ultras are not comfortable along the way. This was obviously my first 100-miler, so I learned a lot about that, what comfort comes. But being willing to, I essentially told my team, one, I'm not DNFing in a aid station. If we're DNFing anywhere, it's out on the course. But also, two, you can't pull me out of the race unless I'm literally going to the hospital.
See, like, I can straight see him in that 2500.
Wild. You gotta walk. Yeah, I'll do that in a minute. Yeah.
The fact that he's 70 is crazy. I know. I guess maybe that's what's crash grab.
Did you stick with your best, or
This is mine. Yeah.
You have your GoPro?
Not until later in the day.
Ultras like that are like my.
It was a good time.
I do that shit in my backyard all the time. I'm gonna run to the beach. Like gas stations and shit. That's old school Ultra.
We had a good time.
Once you started this about 20 years ago. It's got
Maybe like I like 8 feet behind or like that.
And then darn it.
Just easy long run today.
No worries.
Now tomorrow, I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Steven! Let's go!
How y'all doing?
You're doing good. How are you?
We're vibing, baby. Got caught in the conga line, of course, but it was a good conga line. So we're doing all right. Been zone 2, feeling good, super conservative, but we'll see.
You stopping here?
Yeah, I'll go get water.
Nice, nice.
Anybody need a drop?
Yeah, so heading into May Queen, like I mentioned, we were only in the conga line for about a mile or two. We were vibing. That's just that was the feeling of the morning. We could not have felt better. Truly effortless. Like it was the easiest 12 miles of my life. It was sketchy though, how many people were like rolling ankles, falling off of like the turquoise trail. It was a lot more technical than you would kind of imagine for people, and it was also dark, and so people were tripping. But I was stoked because I knew I would get to see the media team when I got into May Queen. I got to see them. It was just so cool to just see a familiar face. We stocked up quick, kept rolling. Well, sir, I will see you at Powerline.
That's right.
You gonna roll with
I'm
me?
running with you for a little bit.
Okay.
Car's back here.
All right. Keep it rolling.
Let's go, brother.
Just got like 87 more miles. Let's get it,
No
baby.
worries.
Woo!
Not a problem.
Not a problem. Oh man, that's one of the coolest things I've ever done in my life. That turquoise section was insane. Vibes probably won't get much higher than this the whole day.
That's
So gotta enjoy it. I desperately wanted water, so that was good. Yeah, my dang watch didn't start at the start line.
Well, I was
Did you
wondering.
notice
I got your location.
Stopped.
Oh my gosh.
So I was like, whatever.
Go get it, man.
Yeah, man. Thank y'all for being here. Everybody I listened to basically said like, hey, you need to run well below your effort level for the first 37 miles. Like what you do for the first little bit determines the rest of your day. We were feeling good. We were in zone 2, hindsight's 2020. I don't think I changed much about my pace. But we knew that I was a better road runner than I was hiker. And so I had to go, I had to move on the running sections, and I had to just survive the hiking sections. But we got up Sugarloaf Pass. It was super cool. Met a lot of friends along the way. Met some guys that were already saying they were going to drop out at Outward Bound, which was discouraging. 15 miles into the race, I'm like, this is going to be a long day. But we made it to Powerline, and all I could hear people saying is, don't cook down Powerline. You're gonna fry your quads. And I would say I kind of like halfway listened to that. We definitely fried our quads. For later in the race, I felt that, but it's just part of it. But it was cool because I got to the bottom of Powerline, got to see the media team again as I came through.
Let's go!
What's up, baby? How you doing?
Doing good.
All I gotta say is we're about to have a night, boys. Powerline ain't no joke, Sugarloaf. That's gonna be something.
Kept seeing your buddy. We said, where's Steven? He said, much smarter than me.
Oh, you saw Mike?
Yeah, he's right ahead. Right ahead. Either.
Yeah, that was something. Heart rate's been good. We're still feeling good. Big climb up Sugarloaf. So we'll cruise in over here. I'm gonna purposely slow down a little bit. Yeah. So I can eat a little bit. Nutrition's been great though. I've gone through like 7 or 8 gels, all my flask.
Nice.
So we're good with that. Lyndon, don't hurt yourself. How's the rest of the crew?
You doing good? They're
Everybody-
hanging out, chilling,
Okay.
vibing out.
Sick. This is gonna be a long day. This is gonna be a long day, Cole. I feel good. I just know.
Yeah.
If those hills, dude, that Powerline section, jeez. Grant and I are gonna have a party. I was running with a buddy. We've been running for a while, and so I just want you to think, like, I'd never been to a big aid station before of a race. I've been to plenty of SEC football games, and like, you know, you just hear like that roar going on in the distance. And I mean, we could hear it from so far away. And so if that doesn't just like jazz you up, I mean, I have chills just thinking about it. We're running way too fast, but we're hype. And so we come rolling up, we're coming down kind of this long pavement hill, coming into Outward Bound, and there's just, I mean, it had to be over 1,000 people. There was just a ton of people. We roll into Outward Bound, and the crowd erupts.
Hey, what, he's going to grab that station.
That's all good.
You look good, baby.
Yeah. I'll do a little, do some grapes. Here, let's
Yes.
let me just eat for a second. So definitely want one of those to be water. I guess make them both water. Okay. Let's make one rock tank at least.
Money noodles? Okay. You look great. You look great. Doing okay? Yeah.
Hey, Roach is only a few steps ahead of you.
Good job.
What's up? Just wait.
Oh, God.
Hey, I saw it.
No, that ain't nothing. We got to go over that whole freaking thing. We stocked up, got everything quickly. I mean, I don't even think we were at Outward Bound, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. It was quick. It was textbook aid station stop. Couldn't have been better. Trying to cruise into Twin Lakes. So left through Pipeline, and this is where I kind of decided I'm gonna put some music in, and I'm just gonna throw down until I get to Twin Lakes. Like, everything was still feeling really good, but I wanted to just kind of remove my mind a little bit about what was going on, and I wanted to just focus of, hey, you've got Hope Pass coming up. Let's just get through these miles, get to Twin Lakes. So you get to Twin Lakes, same thing, as you're kind of coming down this massive hill, you hear everybody in the background just going crazy for the runners coming in. So you come over this little edge, and then it's just, you see this sea of people. You run down the hill, and people are chanting my name. Like, I didn't even know who half the people were. Like, it was wild.
Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Go! Come on! Yeah, let's go! Come on, baby! Let's go! I can't tell you how perfect you are on time right now. You're doing it, baby. You're 15 minutes ahead of schedule.
Yeah, there he is. There he is.
I need water right now.
I know.
Water. We got two in your chair. Go sit. Sit.
Take a seat.
All right.
What you need?
Medically, what do you need?
I think we're okay.
Do you need any chafing?
Let's put no chafing. Let's put the stuff on there though. Let's wash it down. Maybe drive up the towel, but I got towel.
What sounds good? I've got mashed potatoes, ramen.
You've got what it takes to do her fast.
Gotta get ready for tonight.
Hey, you don't worry about tonight yet. Just look at over what's fast.
Yeah, it's got to get the wind
And
going.
then you're gonna get your patience and
I'll be back, boys.
My baby after the got this. You're not the first one
That's concerning. Your faces are good.
your paces are good.
Buddy, you couldn't be any closer to this.
Well, I know we're going to have to move tonight because I'm about to lose 30 minutes probably on that.
You have 15 minutes banked. You banked 15 minutes.
Give me some more minutes. I can say.
You got it, brother. You got everything you need. You're the 70% mental part. Come on, this is you. You've been training for this. You got this. You're here.
Come on, self-talk your way up that.
Tell me what's happening with everything. We got jails there. Okay.
Yep. Filter here. GoPro is on the other hip. Filter's right here. Yep.
Where's your headphones?
Do you want? I got it in my pocket. As long as I can kind of get to it. Can you squeeze it through right here? It's a little closer. All right, that's good. That's money.
Where's his applesauce?
My phone's right there.
Where's the applesauce? Did you stick it in the
Or
bag?
money? No.
Here, give me an applesauce. I'll stick it under here.
Put it in your pants.
Right here. He's got.
There's applesauce in your back now, okay?
Give him a second.
It's heavy as frick.
Is it heavy?
You got enough food to feed a small village.
It's been a pleasure. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Do you want to run with these?
I think I want to do let's freaking rock thing.
Okay.
Because it ain't going right.
All right, so let's get it. Hey, you get the Hope 117 to Hope Hat, okay? Call it 115. Winfield 315. Then you're gonna go back to Hope Hat.
Take your time. One more time.
115, 315, 545. Okay? Look, honestly, I don't care what paces you go. Just get back to us and we'll make it all up.
That looks rowdy.
We will make the time back up. You can't. You're 15 minutes early. You're 15 minutes early. Just keep keep moving. They say do not stop on Hope Hatch. Don't stop. Just walk it in. I know, buddy. No, you got it though. Okay. You got it. 115.
Danny,
What's next?
315, 545.
Yeah. Hope, Winfield, Hope. You'll come back to us at around 7 o'clock. Buddy, you got that. You got it. Go get it. Good.
What's up, man? This is where everybody drops. So I needed to go into this both mentally strong, getting ready for what was to come, and eat as much as possible.
There's been tons of people DNFing. I can't tell you how good you're doing right now.
Also, the people that were in the league really weren't that far ahead now. They probably made good time up the gym. Truly, all the guys are
They're not that. Yeah, they just came through. They're not that far ahead of you. 18. Hey, you focus. Tylenol. Hey, Tylenol. What else? Water, BioFreeze. Did you bring? Where'd you put it from the store? We'll find you some. We'll get some at the aid station. Hey, what else you need?
Let's go, brother.
Coke. He ate a ton on the way up and at Winfield.
Yeah. If there's one thing that Steven is, it is dedicated to anything that he does. But first, like being a father and a husband, he's been really clear from the start, like he wasn't gonna put that second. We always say like God first, family second, hobbies next. And so he's really intentional to make sure that we feel that. And if he tells that, like if he thinks we're not feeling that, he changes something.
I had to go to the ER 12 hours before my flight out here because we're pregnant with our second child, thought we were losing the baby. So my neighbor drove me into the emergency room without hesitation. Steven drove up from Leadville 2 hours directly to Denver and was about to walk into the airport and fly home. He was going to give up the race for his family. I called him from the emergency room to let him know that everything was okay. The doctors told me I was okay to fly out to Colorado.
I mean, this guy's only been running for like a year and a half at this point, it feels like. And we kind of started the running journey about the same time. He messaged me, said, hey, do you want to do a half marathon? This was 2 springs ago. I said, sure, why not? And we signed up for that. And then pretty soon after, he's regularly sending me docs about different trail run adventures people are going on. And just what are the craziest, coolest things that human beings are doing across the world from a running perspective. And so anyway, it's just one of those things, you watch it and you never think that any of us maybe would do it, but here we are sitting at Twin Lakes watching him do it.
So yeah, Hope Pass, twice. That's what we had to do. And so Hope Pass, the front side, we were making decent time. That's where I got in my head the most as far as, am I getting way behind schedule? In hindsight, I actually was not that far behind schedule. It'd have been great to have phone service, and because my team was trying to communicate with me like, hey, you're only 15 minutes behind schedule to the top of Hope. Like that, we can totally make that up. But I was already kind of thinking, hey, I'm farther out. So anyways, on the front side, I remember this runner comes past me, and she'd run the race like 6 times. And she said, hey, you've got to eat right now. This is your time to eat. You will not regret it. Everybody's moving slow on the front side of Hope. Eat now, and you're going to have a much better race. And I think that probably saved my race, because I truly just started just stuffing my face the whole way up there. It was quite humbling to have David Roche run past you when I'm at like mile 44 and he comes flying by and he's like, I love you, man. And so just David Roche, and he goes on to set the course record by like another 20 minutes. It was insane. Dude's sprinting, down the front of Hope, and I hadn't even hiked it yet. But so yeah, we get up to Hopeless. I ate a bunch of mashed potatoes, some noodles, feeling good. I get to the top of the hill, the top of the mountain, and I'm like, okay, I just got to get to 50 miles. I got to go down this. It's the backside of Hope. Most people say, it's essentially like you are kind of skydiving. It's very steep. There are a couple kind of technical spots where you just can't move too fast, especially for a Tennessee guy. And so we made it down the mountain. I fuel up, and I was in a spot. I knew that what was waiting for me was just like 2,500 foot just straight up for like 2 miles. It's like 1,000 foot a mile. And a lot of people had turned around at Winfield as well. They went on in DNF. So I knew I just needed to get out of there. People were talking negative. They're like, I don't know if I'm going any farther. I'm like, I can't listen to that. We got to go. So we made it back to the top of Hope Pass, and I will just never forget that feeling. Remember like looking into the distance thinking like, we may pull this off. And so like I texted our group chat and I was like, hey, I forget what I said exactly, like, hey, I'm coming home or something. And then Morgan calls me and was like, I could just hear the whole crew losing their mind. And so I was like, all right, let's get back to Twin Lakes. And so definitely it was the slowest I'd ever been going down the front side of Hope. My quads were shot at this point. It took me like 45 minutes past our spreadsheet to get down front side of Hope. But I knew like, hey, we're like almost 3 hours ahead of cutoff. So if we could get to Twin Lakes and get back out, like we may pull this off. Way past where we hiked the other day. Okay. I mean, it was like another like 6 miles past that. So you're on the other side of Pass forever. I can't believe we're doing this.
Sit down, we're gonna use new shoes.
Pancake. You made it through the pancake.
Let's do water first.
You did it.
I got back there, we took a picture, and I was like, if I could call these boys right now.
Octane. Octane in the water. Sounds good.
Okay. Bring a lot of water. It's been so hard to have water. Okay. I ate all the applesauces. I ate a bunch of potatoes, all kinds of stuff when I got top.
You look good. I did not expect to see you smiling when I saw you.
Look at you, man.
Got it, baby.
Hey, Grant. Just 2 vials.
Give me 2. Okay, no, just 2. I'll do it.
You want to take them with you?
No. That sounds good. Let's, socks.
Yep. Grab it out.
Perfect.
It's where camel. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I want some 25 just as much.
Sure,
but I want you to finish, and then carbs are going to be the way you
I'll
finish.
just carry that bottle, mashed potatoes with me.
You carry it?
That's fine for a minute, yeah.
They can.
Okay. So you have 48 ounces, Grant. And of that, half of the 32 is water.
Yeah, 2/3 of it's water.
It's about to get gnarly up here.
Yeah.
He said there's like hundreds of people that just take you up there.
That are just getting absolutely blistered.
Hey, way to eat, brother. Way to eat. Yo.
Let's go. Good work.
Next one, babe.
I knew this is where the race began.
Anything you want to tell the camera?
Are you video?
Yeah. Got the GoPro.
Can't confirm 100 miles is a long freaking way.
Can't confirm.
But it's a heck of a lot better with the pacing.
Yes, sir.
I'm vibing at least. A little bit.
Might be hurting a little, but
Oh, we hurting. I'll never forget. So we roll out. There's some other Hendersonville people that were there, and they're cheering me on, and it was just like this feeling of like, hey, like we're doing all right. Let's keep moving. But we start doing the climb, and I'll never forget. We look to the left, and you can see Hope Pass. You know, it's miles and miles away, and there were just dozens of headlamps up on top of the pass. And I just remember going to Brian thinking, like, these people are probably not going to make the cutoff. Because they had a long way to go if you were just now seeing them at the top. And that was just kind of like just this heartbreaking feeling of like their journey is going to end and they've gone so far already. But I was thankful that we were still moving. Our legs still functioned. Quads weren't working, but we were still moving okay. And so we got to the top of that big climb, started making some good time on the flats. And then from there, you get to Pipeline first before you get to Outward Bound. So like I mentioned, we get into Pipeline and it is just a massive field party. It's literally a pipeline road and there are just hundreds of people. Kara and Nate were there and like, they're yelling at us as we're running by, but everybody's got massive bonfires and they were drinking and just having a big time. I'm like, that seems a lot more fun than what we're doing right now.
Oh, what a time.
That's basically what I'm very cold.
He's freezing. It's all right. We're about a mile away.
Okay.
Can you call him, Cole?
For now?
Yeah. I know we're like 5 feet from him.
Yeah, call.
How's it going?
Can I get a bib number?
70.
70.
Yes, sir.
Thank y'all. Good job. Can I get a bib number on it?
Oh, nice. Okay.
Aid station.
Okay. Can you just give me the extra gels that you had?
Yeah, do you want the caffeinated ones?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Especially if he's just eating potatoes right now.
He's just eating potatoes.
Or these out.
He's not gonna, I'm gonna be honest, he's not, our heart rate was at like 98. He's not, he's not burning much, he's not moving much. Yeah, we can make some trades.
How about,
what is this?
what do you think?
They were gonna bring some all kind of chew on it. And so Outward Bound, I get there miserably cold. I told the crew, I'm like, hey, I can't get into our warm vehicle, but just have the doors open, blast the heat. And so they did that. I was in a spot, and I could tell by the crew's faces that they were concerned. I was concerned about myself, but we were cold, and so I threw on like 3 jackets, gloves, the whole thing. And Morgan had actually like warmed up my gloves with like the van heat, and that helped so much. And so got warm and grabbed Grant. And so Grant was taking me from Outward Bound, up Pipeline, Sugarloaf, and then we hit the space station and then into MakeWeen. So a little bit about this section. I knew I wanted to have Grant because Grant, like I mentioned, is one of the funniest people I know. I needed him to be joking with me when it's 2 in the morning and we're climbing up Pipeline and miserable. And so we start going up Pipeline. I mean, it was one of the it was very difficult going up pipeline in the middle of the night, and I had to stop looking up because you could see the headlamps of people, and they're several thousand feet ahead, like up. I'm like, I can't look over there anymore. I just need to just one step in the front of the other. 82 miles an hour.
How you feel?
4.5 out of 10.
Oh, I was expecting a worse number. That excites me. What was your favorite part about the race today?
Oh man, not that guy throwing up behind us.
No. Congratulations, brother. The big climbs.
Base camp.
Big climbs of your level 100 are complete. The big climbs are done, brother. Made it to space station.
See you off the finish line.
Heck yeah, you will.
This was a handheld versus this one. We'll go stretch that. Okay. Good job. Where do you want this? This right here? Alright, baby. We're gonna go get you some scratch down there. You can just. Alec. Ready? Alright. That other one we had? Yeah, where are we? I got you ramen, potatoes, and broth. What do you want? It's all piping hot. Go for it. Just, yeah, I can follow. Yeah, we follow. Yeah. Yeah, we can. I think we can go like that there.
It essentially looked like a hospital with everybody that was sprawled out on the roads. People looked very sick and just not great. And my crew did a great job of kind of just corralling me directly to them and saying, hey, just don't look anywhere. We're right here. They gave me a Celsius at that moment. It's like 3 in the morning. I'm sure my body was thinking, what is going on? And so we were just, it was honestly a pretty emotional kind of aid station more than even fueling. I grabbed a couple fueling things, but it was pretty much like, hey, we just need to make 13 more miles. But got pretty emotional with Morgan there. She just hugged me and she was just kept saying how proud she was of me. So anyways, so then we walk out of the aid station. I'm with Alec, and I remember like turning back saying like, I'll see you guys at the finish line. And like the crew was just hype. Like at this point, like everybody was dead, tired, but they were like, we're gonna do this. Like, heck yeah, you're gonna see us.
Congrats, brother.
Thanks, dog.
Congrats, brother.
Because I had the best crew.
I look at that.
Yeah.
All right. Let's walk it on in.
Yeah.
I mean, dog, maybe? No, throw it up there.
We could jog at the very end, almost.
If you beat me, I'll get a tattoo.
Hey! Oh, he's gonna do it!
I'm gonna walk. Good job.
Let's stop that watch.
Right there. So we crossed the line, feeling every emotion possible, and just on cloud nine. Could not believe what was going on, that we officially had pulled it off. And then a plot twist that I couldn't have ever imagined is I look over to the left. So like the race director, everybody's hugging you, and you get to see Ken and Merrill Lee. They hug every racer that comes home. It just really makes you feel like family, and that's what they're all about, the Leadville family. And I look to the left and I see Ken holding a sign that was like, congratulations, Steven, or whatever. And then he flips the sign around and it says, if you think Leadville was hard, try raising a girl. And I just lost it because we didn't, Morgan had gone and secretly found out the gender before we left and had coordinated all that. She didn't even know the gender, so we both were finding out in that moment that we were having a baby girl, which I was stoked about. I've always wanted to have a girl, and we've got a son, and just was super excited about that whole finding out that way. I couldn't imagine another way. The crowd loses their mind. I mean, it was just truly a movie is the best way I can explain that moment. And just all the feelings of just joy and excitement of like, wow, we just did this insanely hard things. And I get to tell my daughter about it one day, and my son. And so we joke that, you know, that that the little girl was going to be there to be able to rub it in Chance's face that she was at the dad's 100-mile race and he wasn't, you know. And there's a whole we couldn't bring Chance because it was just going to be logistically it was going to be really tough. And so yeah, that's finding out the gender was truly surreal. About a week later or so after Leadville, we went to our kind of first main appointment, kind of just to with our OB. That's typically where you hear the heartbeat and kind of everything with that. And you know, we had already heard the heartbeat because of the ER visit, but that's not typical. You know, typically, you know, around 8 weeks is when you first hear the heartbeat, and they do kind of the first level ultrasound. And we had found out that the baby didn't have a heartbeat any longer. And so, as you imagine, that was incredibly difficult. But a few weeks after that, you know, as we kind of talked through that and worked through that circumstance, we definitely wanted her to be a part of the story. It was so much a part of the emotional highs and lows of like, I'm flying home, like I'm not running the race, like I'm running the race, and then finding out that I was having a girl at the finish line, and so we hope that this honors her.
Welcome home.
No kidding.
Look at that shine.
Congrats, guys. Did you know? Okay, what an epic gender reveal. That was so amazing.
So I would say the point of the whole documentary is to do hard things. I know that's cliche, and every running influencer that's on social media says the same thing. But truly, I would challenge everybody to do whatever your version of 100 miles is, because the growth that you'll experience will be substantial. And you know, I think back about my life. You know, when did the most growth happen? Was it during the good times or the bad times? And you know, it's always been during the bad times. I feel like I've grown the most, and I feel like that's the story for most people. Is, you know, that's when I rely on my faith and you know, through Jesus, as far as getting through life, and you know, in those bad times, I cling to Him even more, and so I would just challenge you to do hard things, and also find a spouse that is willing to let you run and do a crazy 100-mile journey. And that's something that's incredibly important, because if you don't, you know, at the end of the day, you got to remember who's holding the rope. And I heard a quote about that, and Morgan's holding the rope for me, and these goals would never happen if she didn't support me. and pay for them and things like that. And so, yeah, I mean, that would be, I would just challenge you to do hard things.